Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, there are more reasons for us to be thankful because we were able to make it this school year. The shift from face-to-face interaction to flexible modality of learning has become a very challenging experience for both teachers, students, and their parents as well.
But we, at Bdbshs Senior High School, understand the value of having graduation exercises because we would like to honor the sacrifices and hard work of our senior high school students, their parents, and their teachers in the pursuit of academic excellence. Hence, this special occasion of conducting this second virtual graduation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bdbshs Senior High School Virtual Graduation 2021 with its theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education amid COVID-19 pandemic.
The Bdbshs Choir for the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisihin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng wataw at mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming bigaya ng pag may mga api, ang mga at ay nang dahil sa'yo.
The singing of the Bicol Regional March.
Dear beloved Bicolanda, on the Virgin of Peña Francia, renowned for filling up and sealing from dawn to dusk, we're singing our praise to thee. Burning flames, sparkling rivers and seas, hills and mountains, trees adorn. From the shores across the seas, all nature's give to thee above. Bicolanda, Bicolanda, our native land, behold. Alpay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbate, Sorsogon. Sinisog, Irigaw, Nagaligaw, Legazpi, Tabaco, Sorsogon, and Masbate, a board of noble hero, land of the free. Oh, Mount Mayon is watching over thee. Bicolanda, Bicolanda, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet brave, to truth and dignity we give in. Bicolanda, Bicolanda, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet brave, to truth and dignity we give in. To truth and dignity we give in. We give in.
Let us pray.
Heavenly Father, we come in Jesus' name to thank you for bringing the Bdbshs Senior High School graduates through the last few years in a very difficult time with all the confusion and chaos of the coronavirus. In spite of all the changes with online learning, you have given to the students the ability to learn all that is required to be able to graduate. Thank you for the parents, loved ones, teachers, and friends who have part in these accomplishments. We ask you to encourage the graduates to take all the knowledge acquired in school and use it wisely for your honor and glory. Direct them to realize that a relationship with Jesus Christ is basic to all future learning, all the skills needed for being successful and for developing in the spiritual realm of life. Show graduates as they start through the many phases of life that with God, all things are possible. We bring this prayer in Jesus' wonderful and powerful name. Amen.
The welcome remarks. Miss Maria Crisanta Bicoran, designated Senior High School Assistant Principal for Operations and Learner Support.
Dr. Sueño S. Rosada Jr., DepEd Counselor ASDS for Secondary, Public Schools District Supervisor, Sir Remias F. Masaco Jr., our distinguished guest, Madam Maria Sharon B. Abunales, our very driven principal, Dr. Justino B. Cabardas Jr., to our ever-supportive Assistant Principal Designate for Academics, Sir Jose Remy Pongpong, the faculty and staff of Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, parents, graduating students, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good day to you all. This year, we are witnessing again for the second time around another virtual graduation in the history of education. In the previous school year, we were caught unaware of the effects of pandemic that it brought the world to a standstill, to the extent that classes abruptly and prematurely stopped and only few schools held graduation ceremonies. Presently, all schools are expected to hold graduation rites, but somehow, most people are feeling ambivalent for the graduates, asking whether the learning modalities used were effective or not. Whatever is the case, we are here now, so let's face the reality positively. To the graduating class of 2020-2021, though we did not meet face-to-face and do not know each other personally, still as your teachers, we believe in your capabilities and your tenacity in facing difficult times. You, especially those who garnered academic awards, have come this far because you have shown the right attitude and strategy in coping up with the current situation. You were actually like the persistent novel coronavirus. Just like it, you have evolved or mutated. In other words, you have been resilient. Keep changing, adapting, and adjusting to survive and to become the best version of yourselves. Seize all the opportunities that come your way. Make your parents, teachers, friends, and your country proud of you. Do not be pushed by the fears in your mind, but be led by the dreams in your heart. Till we meet again, congratulations, more power, good luck, and keep safe. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the inspirational message of DepEd Secretary, Moctoles Briones.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always thought, we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so, thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded. In addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning, and you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So, congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face to face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be sure, be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Presentation and certification of candidates for graduation. Dr. Justino B. Cabarles Jr., Principal 2.
Dr. Lordy M. Pidea, Schools Division Superintendent. Madam, I have the honor to present to you 148 males and 175 females, a total of 323 candidates for senior high school graduation. I hereby certify that they have satisfactorily completed all the requirements prescribed for senior high school of the K-12 Basic Education Program by the Bureau of Secondary Education, Department of Education. Ready for your confirmation.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Schools Division Superintendent of DepEd Camarines Sur, and upon the certification of your school head that you have satisfactorily completed the requirements for basic education of the Department of Education, I now confirm your completion this July 2021. Congratulations.
On behalf of the other officials of SDO Camarines Sur, I take joy and pride in congratulating you all, completers of school year 2020-2021, as well as your school head, teacher advisors, parents and guardians, for this very significant milestone in your lives. I am confident that our beloved teachers, with the support of the non-teaching personnel and stakeholders, have equipped you with all the knowledge, skills, and attitudes essential in addressing challenges in this time of pandemic. This year's theme, kalidad ng edukasyon lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya, is strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic, focuses on adapting different approaches and strategies for delivering quality education to all Filipino learners. I'm sure the school implemented different learning modalities, modular, hard and soft copies, radio and TV-based lessons, online learning, either synchronous or asynchronous, making blended learning really an alternative way of making education continue. I commend the synergy between and among the school and its stakeholders, the efforts and resources these champions put in the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, all aim at developing you who will contribute meaningfully to building the nation. Indeed, this is a true manifestation of DepEd's Sulong Edukalidad KITE, K-12 curriculum review and update, improvement of learning environment, teachers upskilling and reskilling, engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration. May their meaningful engagements truly motivate us to help realize our vision and mission to provide all Filipino learners quality, relevant, inclusive, and liberating education, thus helping them achieve their bright future. I thank them for all the opportunities given you. Their support, sacrifice, and aspirations paid off today, your completion ceremonies. Completers, even if we are experiencing the new and next normal brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, I like you to succeed and be part of the mission to improve the Philippines in whatever role you will assume and wherever you will be destined to be. Congratulations and God bless us all.
The virtual distribution of diploma and confirmation of awards. Dr. Justino B. Cabardes Jr., Principal 2. Mr. Jose D.C. Pongpong, Designated Senior High School Assistant Principal for Academics. Ms. Maria Crisanta B. Coral, Designated Senior High School Assistant Principal for Operations and Learner Support, and Senior High School Class Advisors.
General Academic Strand in 11 periods and 51 notes. Alcena John Vincent P. with honors. Berha Nico M. Sebella Jason B. Sebella Gerald P. Flores Eric D. Idana Giovanni B. with honors. Lazano Dandy B. with honors. Lazano Justine R. Ramos J. Moore T. Vargas Nardito Jr. O. Alphon Villalin D. Amaro Elsa O. Avila Daniela A. with honors. Padua Rosalyn C. Barillo Geraldine Z. Bea Isa. Bernil Daiselin T. Peruño Micaela I. with honors. Peruño Mayla C. Vinos Ana Marie. Camacho Vina V. Casiao Rielen M. Corporal Mayek R. Coral Mary France T. Del Rosario Rica L. with honors. Del Lloro Kimberly S. Del Lloro Mira I. Janela Veronica R. Duarte Mikey S. Fernando E. Flor V. Ferran Christine V. Florendo Almofe N. Flores Mary Joy B. Flores Ria Jean. Gurupan April C. With honors. Gurupan Jessa I. Ofancia Mary J. F. Ilimilio Mary Joy A. Impio Michael Laila with high honors. Habal Jezebel M. Hatap RB B. Holly Jordan V. Laurenciano Nia Carla B. With honors. Mayaw Christine B. Mayaw Lori Ann B. Ordeal Grace A. Ordeal Janille. Ortiz Jane A. Pagal Nika Mahal. Palaya Marjorie V. Ponciano Eda. Redulia Christina R. Rifuya Mary Rose R. Salcedo Rika L. Sarmiento Joan A. Sarmiento Rosa Flor S. Sueno Monica C. Sueno Sarah J. D. With honors. Tesorero K.R. A. Versusa Shenmei J. And Valiente Marian S.
Grade 12 Humanities and Social Sciences strand with 12 males and 45 females. Beltran Mark Christian H. Bermil Jewel M. Kabahog Osunjan B. Cano Jan Adrian A. Del Barrio Alexander T. Ferran Michael Joseph O. Clotilde Bonivan C. Hernandez Astor Bride T. Laura Joseph with honors. Ripuya Roy T. with honors. Ruiz Lawrence A. Yuxon Bernie A. with honors. Alvarez Irving B. Arcelia Jenny S. Llanera Agent. Barillo Almera D. Barredo Charles Shane C. Barwell Juvimay A. Bergunyo Elajane B. Berha Charian O. Berha Marisa B. with honors. Berha Mary France M. with honors. Bernil Mildred C. Busque Janine P. Breeze Judy May A. Cabrera Rochelle A. Cadenas Venus S. Cepeda Iron Shane I. Clado Didley S. Clarianes Jezabel P. with honors. Clarianes Nasrina Carmela V. Co Clares P. Corbito Maria Antoinette L. Correo Ella S. Cordizano Maria Veronica S. with honors. De Vera Judel S. Ellen Elna Javier Mika B. Mayaw Iramia B. Mayaw Jinky I. Mirador Gloria B. Padayo Karen P. Padua Angela I. Penilla Riolin A. Ripuya Kimberly P. Remuto Floraline S. Saha Jaisamay R. Sapian Crystal May G. Sapian Maria Liza D. Cercedo Glessy C. Sueno Beneros G. Tabique Leslie Joy. Tolero Laika F. Valencia Giselle. Velasco April Mones A. With others, Velasco Mercy V. and Versosa Judy T.
Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics strand, with 8 males and 13 females. Ako, Marvin C. Alarcon, John Philip A. Bermil, Art Justin M. Cortesano, Miko Victor Y. Encila George P. Pimentel Gilbert A. Rubia Marco L. Vosotros John Paul C. Abad Bambi S. Avila Camille Angela B. Bea Agnes A. Bea Rubian A. De Leon Lorian A. Hufancia Mary Francia Ortil with honors. Iglesia Sherilyn. Marto Jeneline C. Paronda Wenilin B. Plupeño Abigail B. Refuya Barbie B. Sario Justin B. Versosa Kiana Francesca T.
Computer System Servicing with 3 males and 22 females. Belda Kyle and Greg Verma, Queen On. Desiree Santilises, Briol, Queen On. Sabater, Neil, Alvin, Johnson. Alarcon, Loveday, Rodriguez. Barelio, Catherine, Malaya, Queen On. Barnuevo, Julian, Rodriguez, Queen On. Beltran, Virgie, Velasco, Queen On. Corporal, Rosel, Armando. Gonzales, Liza, Orsini. Corimbao, Angela May, Bertin, Queen On. Ignacio, Geraldine, Murillo, Queen On. Abal, Iris Joy, Queen On. Julio, Ramijoy, Lopez, Queen On. Laurenciano, Ira Panuelos, Queen On. Lopez, Marijoy, Berizo, Queen On. Marco, Larva, Perillo, Queen On. Maya, Ohana, Justin, Kamangyan. Umbao Irene Lopez. Umbao Diana Pasha. Iliago Monica Bonilla. Rodavia Cartagin Amian. Rubia Rosaline Vidulia Vidulia. Luis Lovely Riva. Luis Sally Riva. And Yokson Annalyn Wally Vidulia.
TBL Home Economics, combination of bread and pastry production, food and beverage services, and cookery, with 6 males and 10 females. Abunales Patrician B. Juanita Michael M. Bongadin Aldrin N. Tadik Henry James J. Zulueta Cyrus Kim B. with honors. Amaro Rose Ann F. Apoya Mary J. C. Avila Daisy S. Avila Giselle S. Flores Maria Cristina B. Esmira Maribel N. Padua Maria May C. with honors. Plaza Sharaway S. Sarmiento Francia A. and Velasco Rosafe.
Electrical installation and maintenance with 56 wheels. Alarcon Emerson D. Alazar Christopherson S. Amaro Jano A. Amaro Mark David. Amaro Paulo Miguel L. Arcelia Mark Angelo J. Azania Christian B. Barelio Mark J. S. Berha Martinel D. Blanca Jonathan. Brice Adrian A. Brice Leandro B. Brice Justin A. Winaflor Mark Joseph B. Camacho Efrain A. Sibida Del A. Morillo Richard X. De la Cruz Rexin A. De la Torre Jimar A. Ellen James L. Escobillo Warren S. Indigo Reniel N. Latati Jan Joseph N. Lazaro Christian C. Lazaro Niño C. Lucero Larry S. Madaya John David A. Odwili John Mon S. Boynya Carlo A. Otil Edward L. Pante Joseph S. with honors. Verenia Oliver S. Benita Joma B. Prion Freddy Jr. A. Guerrero CJ S. Ramoga RJ A. Riazon Christian O. Rito Aldrin J. U. Rito Edwin Jr. D. Rosales John Ray A. Ruiz Elry B. Cecil Francis. Sapian Reyno B.
Sarmiento Mark Vincent A. Sierra Paulo A. Sueno Jonathan G. Solo Mark M. On M. Tarosa Nathaniel A. Valencia Christian B. Valencia Christopher B. Versusa Adrian B. Versusa Janjan M.
TVL Home Economics, combination of wellness massage, local guiding services, housekeeping, and nail care, with 2 male and 8 female. Ables Richard F. Bermil Aquino A. Bermil Rowena P. Pris Rona M. Hofancia Nelly D. Orolfo Mean S. Palaya Jenna May R. Recto Catherine P. Ruiz Maryjoy C. Sarmiento Mylen C.
Shielded metal arc wielding. We 49 males and 21 females. Alarcon Sen. Albibus Prince R. Aldi Joven C. Amador Jerry V. Asanya Jojen S. Barcy Hiner. Barelio Jason R. Beltran Mark Angelo H. with honors. Binoto Dominic C. Berha Marvin M. Bernas Mark. Winaflor Marcel P. Flores Jumel L. Flores Joven H. Cortisanos Sean B. De la Rosa Aaron D.M. Del Yoba Christian D. Don Ronan M. Flores Wilson R. Gregorio Mark Hill C. Haya John Cardo D. With Camelo Rescue. Indigo Rainier N. Lara Justin E. Mancao Dominic B. Neil Darren A. Ortiz Joel N. Ortiz Joey N. Pintor John Mark M. Raposa Ray M. Reyason Jerome Brian. Recto Marjon E. Lipoya Kim Lister N. Lipoya Roma R. Resco Juby A. Rios Lynch Pisimo with honors. Rivero Justuni C. Rivero Jimboy C. Rodriguez Raymar C. Luis Giancarlo M. Luis John Peter T. Luis Romel B. Saha Amadeus Gabriel P. San Buenaventura Mico S. Sarmiento Mark Joseph S. Cimitara Mark T. Valencia Charlie M. Valencia Dino R. Alarcon Mary Ann and I. Alphon Jeanette V. Amaro Cindy V. Amparo Julian E. Aquino Joyce. Barnuevo Vilma S. Viriso Kayla B.
with honors. Veronio Miriam R. Bracero Lisa P. Carino Blisimi G. Seveda Evangeline M. Crio Franchalin M. Lasado Manilin B. Rosales Mary Joy Aguilar. Sabido Sarah J. S. Sueno Lesen C. Valencia Sheila M. Valencia Rika C.
TBL Home Economics, combination of breastfeeding and delivery with one male or females. Iliw Sherwin G. with honors. Irham Michelle B. Rondo Leoy M. Abal Julian M. Narido Mariela E.
Introduction of the guest speaker by Mr. Joseremi D.C. Pongpong, Designated Assistant Principal for Academics. Our speaker is an exemplary licensed educator, a mother, and a trusted friend rolled into one. These characteristics aptly describes this woman, who was bestowed with a big heart, ready to help others who are in need of her services, especially in mentoring fellow teachers in the Caramoan district, to foster a professional, collaborative spirit in support one another, especially in this time of pandemic. Through to her calling and being a dynamic teacher from the start, this woman started her journey from being a barrio teacher before she was assigned in her current working station in the Poblacion area of Caramoan Central School. Every time she recalled her assignments in the Farpan barrios, she would not go away remembering the hardships she encountered because of the transportation problems then, going to her assigned school. But these things were not a hindrance in going to her school every day because she was inspired by the learners' willingness to learn their lessons. But today, technology has brought many changes in the way students learn, thanks to the modern technology. As a teacher, our guest speaker is a true believer of an adage that being in her profession, she has to love her craft. No matter how students fail in their lessons, but when there are teachers who are committed to help them, no one will be left behind. Through their calling, she believes that teachers need to espouse that genuine service and commitment are the two essential elements that will not only make students nurture the love for learning, but will also inspire the community towards collaboration and involvement. Such is the commitment shown by this woman, who is now in her more than 20 years in her teaching career. She is presently a master teacher too in Caramoan Central School, here in Caramoan, Camarines Sur. Guided by the principle of service that is geared towards attainment of meaningful teaching learning process, she capacitated her fellow master teachers in the district in the field of action research, which is her expertise. She is also one of the module writers in the Division of Camarines Sur, as well as one of the curriculum writers for the newly established Bicol High School for the Arts and Culture. Adding to her roster of achievements is being a research presenter in the Bicol Regional Summit in DepEd, as well as in the research webinar series in the division of Camarines Sur. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, an alumna of then Tawog High School, Batch 1993, Mrs. Maria Sharon Berha Abonales.
To the good-natured school principal 2 of Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, Mr. Justino Cabarles Jr., the Intelligent Senior High School Assistant Principal for Operations and Learners Support, Ms. Crisanta Coral, and the very able Assistant Principal for Academics, Mr. Jose Remy Pongpong, 29 strong teachers of senior high school, supportive parents and graduates of Batch 2021, a pleasant day to you all. I am very delighted being chosen as your speaker this school year. A year of hardship, yet a year of hope brought by COVID-19 pandemic, with the theme strengthening the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. The usual face-to-face setup where you, my beloved students, enjoy learning as you immerse yourselves in various school and classroom activities, were forced to stop and shift into other modalities of learning as modular instruction and online classes to avoid being sick of coronavirus. This dilemma became a big challenge to people in the educational sector of how education be continued through an ongoing pandemic. Why is education be continued? How essential it is. Education helps in shaping up a better society. It makes the people learn how to differ good from bad, right and wrong, what is proper and what's not. As a result, rights, laws, and regulations becomes respected and followed. Therefore, education should be continued and strengthened despite of pandemic. This, in mind, became strong motivation of teachers to embrace challenges and innovation in teaching and strengthen the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. They never stopped seeking for ways of equipping themselves of the necessary skills to address the need of making every child a holistic learner towards responsible citizenry and assets in the community. As home became schools, many little things have learned additionally from the usual traditional way of schooling. Little things at home have been used as tools to attain objectives of lessons. Most lessons focus on what is in the family. School time became almost family bonding time to be able to complete the tasks given to learners. The usual cooperative activities with peers in school became collaborative activities at home with family members. Learning grows as love grows. Parents become teachers. The role of teachers in the traditional face-to-face classes have been valued more, especially in difficult subjects. Application of learning and good values have been showed up in the community.
Bayanihan system became very visible and can be seen in us Filipinos wherever they are in the world. Family members learn as learners learn. Thanks also to the so-called high technology, it maintains social connections needed for emotional stability. Learning still became possible from a distance. Life skills have been focused and practiced. Creativity were enhanced from what is existing in the community. Though efforts of teachers have doubled from the usual preparation of lessons to printing, sorting, distributing, checking, and recording tasks, they too did not give up. They find means to make learning accessible. They created learning interventions suited for the pandemic time. God, it is hard. It is difficult, but being realized for the love of these young people. COVID-19 pandemic taught us so many ways. The good hygiene, respect for privacy, the importance of being in school physically, the sacrifices offered by teachers, the true essence of family, the value of giving, and the importance of togetherness. Congratulations to teachers in time of pandemic. You became a role model of being strong and determined individuals. Congratulations to parents in time of pandemic, for you instill braveness to fight for the battle of life. To school managers, for keeping the school visible and accessible even at homeschooling. All of this with equal participation of school and the community are contributory factor towards shaping a new future for this generation. Parents, teachers, and community worked hand in hand to continue and strengthen the quality of education. Let us not all give up. With hopes in our hearts, let us keep the faith that this pandemic will come to an end, and better education be continued to offer. With this, I challenge you, the batch of 2021, to show the world how strong you are, how brave you are, how determined you are, and how useful you are to your family, to the community, and to the world. Congratulations, keep safe, and thank you.
The awarding of certificate of appreciation to the commencement speaker, Dr. Justino B. Cabarnes Jr., Principal 2, to be assisted by the Senior High School Assistant Principals.
Citation reads, Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Division of Camarines Sur, Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, Tawog, Caramoan, Camarines Sur. This certificate of appreciation is hereby awarded to Maria Sharon B. Abunales, Master Teacher 2, Caramoan Central School, in grateful acknowledgement and recognition of her distinguished and invaluable service rendered as commencement speaker during the Senior High School second virtual graduation ceremony of Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, formerly Tawog High School, with the theme Strengthening Quality of Education Amid COVID-19 Pandemic, held on July 19, 2021 at Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, Tawog, Caramoan, Camarines Sur. Given this 19th day of July 2021 at Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, Tawog, Caramoan, Camarines Sur. Signed, Faustino B. Caballas Jr., PhD, Principal 2.
Words of gratitude. Micah Leila Imperio, with high honors.
To our public schools district supervisor, Mr. Jeremias Masapol Jr., to our beloved principal, Dr. Justino B. Cabarlas Jr., to our guest speaker, Mrs. Maria Sharon B. Abonales, our fellow graduates with their respective families, faculty and staff, friends, a pleasant day to all. Congratulations to all of us. Indeed, completing this difficult school year during these trying times of the COVID-19 pandemic is astounding, because facing and accepting the new normal environment of education was unavoidable. For all of us, dealing with and coping with distance learning during this pandemic has been a year of hard work, dedication, and passion. Similarly, our parents and teachers' unwavering encouragement and support on the seemingly difficult road to success brought by the global health crisis, as well as strict adherence to various health and safety protocols, have played a significant role in this moment. To be honest, I feel uneasy and nervous in front of you, and say this piece as one of the honor students of this graduating class. It wasn't an easy road for me. For one, my family is in Manila. I had to strike a balance between my academic requirements, church activities, and spending time to communicate with my family. It was difficult but all worth it. I am happy to have my friends in school and church, my family, and other important people in my life as my support system. I would like also to thank my teachers for the bottomless patience, commitment, and love that you have given us. You made us feel that indeed, you are our second parents. Truly, God created all of you for a special reason. Thank you for encouraging, motivating, and inspiring us all to be the best that we can be. Batchmates, today is our day, a time to celebrate this special milestone in our lives. Our graduation is the culmination of all our sacrifices, sleepless nights, the challenges that we all conquered and triumphed. Let us congratulate one another for a job well done. Yes, we can take a break for a while. But all of you know that our journey has just begun. As Jose Rizal once said, the youth is the hope of the fatherland. There will be more bumps along the road, more challenges to conquer, and more battles to win as we enter college. Let us not waste our youth and the opportunities before us. Let us also keep in our minds that thoughts are powerful. We owe it to ourselves to realize our full potential. We become what we say, think, and believe. But no success is possible without sacrifice and pain. But it is temporary. Victory is forever. As Walt Disney would say, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Let us also be grateful to our families, who stand by us every step of the way, who love us unconditionally, who cheer us on our little and big achievements, who never get tired of listening and giving us moral and financial support, and who sacrifice to be able to send us to school and have a bright future. Not everyone is as privileged as we are. Let us give our parents hugs and kisses. Having said that, allow me to thank my parents, siblings, relatives, and grandparents for loving and guiding me unceasingly. I am so lucky to have you all. What will I do without you? Above all, we all thank God for making us strong, for building up our character, and for helping us realize our full potential. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me more than I deserve. Before I end this speech, I would like to thank my alma mater. Thank you, Bonifacio D. Boribor Senior High School, for accepting me, and for this great honor. Thank you for the pride this recognition brings me and my family. That would be all. Thank you.
To our principal, Dr. Mastin B. Camarines Jr., our guests, the faculty and staff of Washington River Senior High School, our 2021 graduates, good evening. Your journey in senior high school has not been easy, but certainly it is quite rewarding. Despite this pandemic, you were able to make it, and we congratulate you all for reaching this far. Thank you also to the parents, teachers, and all the people who helped our students survive the challenges of this modular education. You have really shown efforts, collaborations, and involvement in educating our learners. My dear graduates, your experiences in this normal education are quite unforgettable, and whether you accept it or not, no matter how challenging this is going to be, this year of pandemic is memorable because you learned to appreciate further things you know, as well as making learning. Congratulations to all of you, class of 2020.
This ends our second virtual graduation ceremony. Thank you very much and good evening.
The sky so blue and gratitude joyous praise reflects a heart so true. We will sing a praises with the man who must rule wherever God may be, and the storm of gentle shower to home it always ends. But if I should be Bdbshs Senior High School, beloved alma mater, here we dream of life and being, though a spring of truth and learning. With simple hearts we have, may God pour on you blessing. It's sheer loyalty with you, how far we are of you. But if I should be Bdbshs Senior High School, beloved alma mater, here we dream of life and being, flow a spring of truth and learning. With simple hearts we have, may God pour on you blessing. It's sheer loyalty with you, how far we are of you. The many miles we rule, wherever God may lead, in the storm of gentle shall